Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be looking at Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, the Season Pass. Should you spend $15 on this DLC pass like I did? Well, let's dive into all 4 waves and see if it's worth it. Now, before we jump into that, I do have to say that this is split into 4 waves. 3 of the waves, they each sell for $2.99, and then there's one bigger wave that sells for $12.99. You can also get all 4 of them together for $14.99. Now, before we go into the 4 waves and what they entail, I do have to issue a warning, and that warning is that most of the content that you're going to get in this DLC pass, you're not going to be able to access it until you get to the late game. So if you're on the fence about Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, and you're also on the fence about Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, the Season Pass, I would first recommend you to get the game and play for about 10 hours, because none of the content is going to be available in about the first 10 hours of the game anyway, so you might as well first play the game for 10 hours, and then if you're really enjoying it, you can consider the pass. But if you're someone who's new and you're not sure whether to buy the game with the pass or without it, my recommendation is definitely to get the game without the pass first. I know it's a big bummer to buy a game and the season pass, and then you start playing the game, and then you find out that you don't even actually really like the game that much. Wait until you play the game and it's your style, then you can consider getting the pass. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's look at the Animal Avalanche Pack, which was the first to be released. This one, it includes 10 new wild animals, and these wild animals, they are things like unicorn, Sasquatch, panda, and things like that. This is one of the few packs that you actually get to experience some of the things before you complete the main storyline. The Akitas and the small clawed otters, you can find them pretty early on, and then the pandas, the unicorns, not much later than that, and then the Sasquatches, they do take you quite a while before you can start to see them. This first wave, I actually quite enjoy it. I actually enjoyed this wave much more than I thought that I was going to. I kind of thought that the animals were just going to be reskins of animals that are already in the game, maybe with some special abilities tacked on, but it's actually quite a lot of content for only $3. Personally, I was really excited when I found the unicorns in the game, and it was really fun also finding all 4 of the different Sasquatches, and there is a tiny bit of story that goes along with it, so yeah, this pack, it was actually a bit more than I was expecting. This pack, I would actually probably recommend it to most people who play the game. If you're on the fence about all the other waves, I can understand that, but this pack is actually the one that I definitely say it's definitely worth $3. The second wave was the Visitors From Afar Pack. This pack is the biggest wave. It has the most new content, and so therefore it also has the highest asking price. When you get this pack, you're actually going to get a whole nother town on the map. Now, before I go into this, I do have to say that this pack, all the content in this one, it's all locked behind the main storyline. So this is why in the beginning of today's video, I'd said that you should play the game for a while before considering getting the pass, because a lot of people, I know they bought this pack hoping that they could romance some of the marriage candidates earlier in the game, but no, you really have to wait until you've completed the entire storyline, and the storyline in Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, it takes quite a while to complete. It took me about 40 hours, and I was pretty focused on the main storyline. I know there's going to be people in the comments who say, oh, I completed the storyline in 25 hours or 20 hours or even less. But for me, I used minimal guides, and I just kind of, made my way along the game at my own pace, and I completed the main storyline at 40 hours. So if you're really on the fence about getting this pack, you could definitely wait until you've completed the main storyline, and then if you want to keep playing Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, then you could get this pack. There's not really any point in buying this pack until you're sure that you're going to complete the main storyline. Now that we got that out the way, let's actually look at the content that comes with this wave. The thing that surprised me about this the most was that not only do you get more storyline and 2 new marriage candidates, but you get a whole another town added to the world of Anthos. And if you've completed the game, you pretty much know how the storyline in this is going to go. You talk to them, and then they're going to give you a quest. You talk to some other people, and they're all going to give you some quests. Then, once you complete all the quests and the town is actually up and running, what are you rewarded with? Bam, more quests. And these quests, they're actually a little bit difficult. They're all going to be asking for more rare items. So if you are somebody who's looking for a challenge, then this DLC is probably going to be right up your alley. In addition to that, there's also Verne-style outfits and furniture. But again, this DLC outfit, number one, you're not going to be able to access it until you've completed the main storyline and you've completed the DLC storyline, and you get the materials that you need to craft this outfit. And crafting this outfit, it actually takes some rare materials. So yeah, you're not going to be able to wear this outfit for a very long time, which personally I think is an interesting choice because, a lot of people, they want to be able to change their outfit. But in Harvest Moon: The Winds of Anthos, you really have to wear the original outfit for a large majority of the game. And then finally, towards the end, you start to unlock, just a couple more outfits. Personally, I really feel like they should just let you have that outfit right as you bought the DLC pass. If that had happened, then I think I would be much more willing to say that this pass is really worth it. But yeah, you can't use this cool new DLC outfit until you've completed almost all of the content in the game. So with the Animal Avalanche Pack, I was actually impressed with it, and it was a little bit better than I was expecting. This Visitors from Afar Pack, I have to say, even now, I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I do like the new characters, especially Charlotte. I think her personality and her character design are really cool. Jacques, I don't know. I think he's okay, but he's not really my style. But on the whole, if I'm being completely honest, I'm just slightly disappointed with the Visitors from Afar Pack. I do really like that there's a whole new town that's added to the map, and I wouldn't really say that I regret buying it, but I am a little bit disappointed that the DLC outfit is locked behind a whole bunch of storyline and a whole bunch of work. I really wish I could have worn that new DLC outfit much earlier. Also, I think it's a little bit ridiculous that you can't start dating Charlotte and Jacques until you completed the whole main storyline and you completed the whole DLC storyline. So yeah, I'm a little bit bummed out about those two aspects. So for the second wave, if you have played through Harvest Moon: The Winds of Anthos, the main storyline, and you want more, then you could definitely consider getting this second wave. If you are playing through Harvest Moon: The Winds of Anthos and you haven't completed the main storyline, I would say maybe hold off on getting this second wave. The third wave is the Tool Upgrade and New Interior Designs pack. With this one, you can get a few new different things to put in your house, and all of the tools in the game, they unlock an additional level. And once you unlock this, then growing crops, fishing, and mining, it's all going to get a little bit easier. Obviously, it goes without saying, you're not going to be able to get this content until very, very late into the game. For me, personally, I made it through most of the storyline with hardly upgrading any of my tools. So yeah, them having an additional level beyond their max level in the main game, yeah, you're not going to see this content for a long time. This content pack, I feel like it's for a particular type of gamer, that gamer who just loves to max all of their stats and do that type of stuff. And it's good for people who want to mix up their home a little bit with some new designs. But on the whole, I think that this pack is not quite as good as the Animal Avalanche Pack. And for me personally, it's not really all that exciting. And the last wave is the new Crops, Fish, and Recipes pack. With this pack, it basically just unlocks more content, more crops, more fish, and more recipes, that type of thing. As I'm recording this video right now, the first two waves, they should be available on all consoles and also Steam right now. The last two waves, they're not available on anything except for the Xbox. I'm not really sure if it's a bug or a feature, but for some reason, Xbox, they got all of the DLC content from day one. I'm not sure if Microsoft made a special deal with Natsume, or if it was just a bug, or if maybe it was just something to do with the Xbox subscription system. So yeah, I'm not really sure why Xbox got everything earlier, but it did. The $1 million question, or should I say the $15 question, should you get Harvest Moon: The Winds of Anthos, the Season Pass? My recommendation is going to be the same as what I said earlier in today's video. Play through the main game of Harvest Moon: The Winds of Anthos, and if you still want more content after you've beaten the main storyline, I would say that this pass is not that bad of a deal for $15. You get to play more of the storyline, you get to see new content, and yeah, some of the content is kind of fun. However, if you're still playing through the main storyline and you're kind of on the fence about the game as a whole and you're not sure whether you're going to complete it, then I would say maybe just get the Animal Avalanche Pack. Me personally, I feel like the Animal Avalanche Pack, it kind of stands out among all the DLC waves. Personally, it's my favorite. Even though technically there's more content in the Visitors from Afar pack, I feel like the Animal Avalanche Pack is the one that's the most worth the money. If you've also been enjoying Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, the Season Pass, please let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on the pass? Do you personally think it's worth $15? Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.